Hello, I'm your host, Khalil Breath, the host of the Khalil Admiral Sports Report. Today, I'll be talking about Durantula missing out on the playoffs the rest of the season, even though he's got a mild calf strain, and his mild calf strain is going to be reevaluated by next week. I'll talk about Albert Pujols' 2K RBI with a home run in third inning, that is. I'll be talking about Dennis Rodman being accused of clothing heist at Vibes Hot Yoga, that is, Newport News, Virginia, Newport News, Cali, that is. Beginning to that. I will also be getting into the fact that fired assistant coach of Ohio State, Zach Smith, in more trouble. And Ken LeBron James, I Promise School, earning a one mil Dick Sporting Goods Foundation 1 mil check for a new gym. Beginning into that for sure. Neymar's 3-match ban. And I'm beginning to David Beckham having his license revoked, that is, for using his cell phone while driving. I'll be getting into that. So I'm gonna get to it for sure. Ladies and gents. So but I do want to start things off with Durantula, Kevin Durant, that is, who will be out for the rest of the playoffs, dealing with the mild calf strain, reevaluated by next week. And I'll tell you this, that tonight, the Warriors, they're going to get a loss ahead of them. I will tell you this right now, the Warriors, they're going to get beat down so badly by the Rockets, James Harden and CP3 tonight. And whether you guys like it or not, Rockets are going to win the next 2 games. They will tie that series, and they will exceed. And they are going to win the series against them. That would give, Rockets, they will be the first team that would eliminate the Warriors for the first time ever. I will be real surprised that even happens, because it seems like the Warriors right now, they got to be a lot more pressure than James Harden and CP3 are. James Harden and CP3 and the Rockets, they're not under pressure. Oh, no. It's just that, basically, I really don't think the Warriors aren't coming back. I do think the Rockets, they're going to come back from last year's loss. And I do think the Rockets are going to do the unthinkable by handing the Warriors their first elimination loss without Durantula. And the Warriors, they don't have Durantula. He's going to be revalued by next week. But I will tell you this, though, that if the Warriors even do win that series, which they won't, there's a certain chance that Durantula could be coming back. So I'm not sure that's going to play out, though, because there's absolutely no chance in hell that the Durantula is going to be coming back and being ready for the playoffs. No, it's not going to happen. No. And not for next game, because the Warriors, they're not going to make it to next. They're not going to make it to next game. They really will not. They're going to get beat down so bad by James Harden and CB3, tie that series by tonight, and on Sunday, they're going to eliminate the Warriors for the first time ever. I will be really satisfied if that happens. So, like it or not, I got the Rockets beating the Warriors in the next 2 games by tonight and on Sunday night. So, that's what I'm looking forward to right there. So, keep your eyes out on that, ladies and gents. So, stay tuned with that. But I also want to get into what happened the other night, that is, Celtics, they just got beat down by the Greek friggin' the Bucks last night. I'm sorry, the other night, that is. And Kyrie Irving just walked out. So I will tell you this right now. Kyrie Irving could be leaving the Celtics as we know it. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm not predicting or assuming it's gonna happen. I'm only saying that he could be leaving before free agency. That could be the case right there. And it's really no secret. So I'm not sure where Kyrie Irving is going to go from there. And that may have been Kyrie Irving's last game with the Celtics. He may be leaving for sure. He may be leaving the Celtics for good though, despite him losing to the Bucks the other night. That is, so it's obvious that Kyrie Irving could probably stay with the Celtics, maybe sign a new contract, or maybe just be leaving the Celtics for good. Maybe he just dealing with some expectations. I mean, the Celtics, they were the top team in the East. Now last year, Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward were injured, and the Celtics, like Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, they were in the Eastern Conference Finals. And on top of that, they just lost. On top of that, they lost. But with Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward on the field the other night, they just got their butts beat. So that's that for them. Celtics, look, I would be surprised if Kyrie Irving instead stays with the Celtics, or probably go with the Knicks, or maybe go with the Lakers. I mean, he'll be a free agent in the summer, that is. So it's really no secret what Kyrie Irving's going to do by next month, that is. Whether he's going to stay with the Celtics, whether he's going to go with the Knicks, or whether he's going to go with the Lakers. Who knows? But that's the scenario, that story right there, folks. So Kyrie Irving could be leave, whether he's going to stay with the Celtics, go for the Knicks, or go for the Lakers. Either way, he's gonna make the right decision whether everyone likes it or not. So who knows how it's gonna play out there. I'll let you know what his future holds right there. I want to get into Durantula. What I know he's got a mild calf strain, that is, and even though he's out, rest of the season's gonna be evaluated by next week. But if the Warriors, they lose by tonight, they lose on Sunday night, Durantula could insist leaving the Warriors for good. Now, he's a two-time NBA champion, but I will tell you this, that there's no way the Warriors are nowhere near ready. They got to be the ones to feel nervous. And the Warriors, they do lose, Durantula's out the door. He could be staying with the Warriors, maybe not, or maybe go with the Knicks or Celtics or the Lakers, because really, that could come into play. So, this is do or die for the Warriors, I'll tell you that right now. I got the Rockets going to the Western Conference Finals, by the way. That's who I have. So, I know for a fact the Rockets are going to beat the Warriors in 2 games, tonight and on Sunday night as well. So, I look forward to that, by the way. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing right there. That's what I'm looking forward to. Now, last night's game, that is, Sixers, they have tied with the Raptors. Now, Sunday night, I got the Sixers, like Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, and Jimmy Butler. They look ready as ever. So I got the Sixers winning that series and facing the Bucks. But, if anything comes down to maybe the Sixers at the Bucks, oh man, they could put a bing on the Sixers right now. But it would seem obvious the Sixers, they may be the favorite to actually make it to the NBA Finals. That won't be that easy, because you got to do, because if the Sixers, they even beat the Raptors on Sunday night, that is, oh man, that could be last of the Raptors to Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry. But Kawhi Leonard, good as he is, good as a champion that he was, to say the very least, Kawhi Leonard could be leaving. Unless they lose to the Sixers. They lost last night. They can lose again. So I got the Sixers making to beating the Raptors and winning the series, taking on the Bucks. But I think the favorite to actually make it to the Eastern Conference Finals right now would have to be the Bucks because you got the Greek freaking Giannis Antetokounmpo, that is, and you got Brogdon, but my goodness, the Greek Freak is a legitimate threat. And I would be surprised if the Greek Freak makes an NBA Finals. I mean, can you just imagine if the Greek Freak makes it to the finals and they take on the Rockets in the NBA Finals? That would change everything right there. But I would give the Rockets a chance to beat the Bucks. Let's have them in the NBA Finals. That's what I'm looking forward to. So I got the Rockets and the Bucks in the NBA Finals. That's what I got for this year. I got the Rockets winning it though. I mean, James Harden's a scoring machine as good as he is though. But the only thing you got to deal with, you got to deal with the great free Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's done some good blocks, got some amazing dunks, good assists. But I really don't think. I mean, James Harden can be. He can be two-time MVP, no doubt about that. But I think it's safe to say that the Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo, as good as he is right now, to get where he's at, I do think it's safe to say that maybe the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to be his own NBA champion. Look, everybody wants to be on the NBA champion. Everybody does. Everyone wants a piece of it. Everyone wants to be in the NBA Finals. Bucks, it can come down to Bucks at the Rockets. It can come down to Sixers at the Rockets. But I would definitely be satisfied with that. I really would. So I would be surprised if the Bucks even make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, make it to the NBA Finals, and win it all at the same time. So that'll be something right there. A lot of people are gonna be satisfied with, though. That'll be people surprised about. So that's gonna be incredible right there. So I wouldn't mind seeing that. By the way, I wouldn't mind seeing it though. Another thing I do want to get down to is that there's a Lakers protest that's going on, even though there's no coach. Ty Lue turned down an offer to be Lakers coach, and you got Lakers fans that are in protest right now because of the fact the Lakers aren't doing any good. They can't get a playoff spot. They have failed to adapt. This team has been nothing but a dumpster fire. An absolute dumpster fire. And then LeBron James isn't in the playoffs for the first time ever. He's already made 8 playoff appearances. Yes, he's a three-time NBA champion. This is the 4th-time MVP, an All-Star MVP. We all know that. But I can tell you this. I would not mind seeing the Lakers protesting, despite the fact that they're upset. The Lakers aren't in the playoffs. They're not a good team. They're not a playoff team. They can't get any more wins. They can't sustain a good record. If they find any good guys, look, you can get Kyrie Irving in there. You could get Durantula. Really. You can get those two guys in there. I mean, they could be with the Lakers, with LeBron James, to help the Lakers, that is, get a playoff spot. I mean, I would be satisfied when that happens. I look forward to that. But you got to deal with it. But if they go to the Knicks, well, it will change everything right there. That'll be pretty good. But Lakers fans, they're upset. They're in a foul mood. I honestly don't blame them. I really don't. But I think it's just safe to say, Lakers fans, they're not having it. A lot has happened. Luke Walton being released. Lakers coach, even though he's accused of sexual assault, that is, by Spectrum Sports LA host and also a Spectrum Sports LA host and a female reporter, that is, Kelly Tennant. She was suing him, that is. And then you got Magic Johnson, who was released as Lakers president of basketball operations. Now they don't have a new coach. I mean, Frank Vogel got interviewed for it, but I don't know if he's gonna get in there. And there's speculation that Ken LeBron James could be leaving the Lakers, but that isn't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. There's no way in hell you're not going to trade Ken LeBron James. You're not going to do it. And it will not work. No way. Absolutely no way. It wouldn't happen at all. It would not happen. I'll tell you that right now. It's not going to happen. So really, so whoever the new coach is, whether it's going to be Frank Vogel, Jason Kidd, or one of those guys, but I do wonder who the new coach is going to be. So I'll keep myself open on that, and hopefully whoever the new coach is by this week, next week, I'll let you guys know who it is, and I'll keep you guys going on that. So that's what you guys need to know right there. Another topic I want to get down to is also that Dennis Rodman. He was accused of a clothing probe, that is, at a Vibes hot yoga store that is in Newport News, Cali, that is, where he was there with two women and one man, that is, where they were seen. However, one woman was seen putting a piece of clothing and tucking it in her purse, and you got a guy that accidentally dropped a $2,500 piece of art, of crystal art, that is, and accidentally drops it on a steel dolly. He was trying to take it. Now, Dennis Rodman would serve as distraction to the employees, and a woman would hide behind Dennis Rodman and put the piece of clothing and put another piece of clothing and tuck it in her purse once again. And the employees weren't even there. Employees were there though. So basically, the owner of the Vibes Hot Yoga, that is, filed a police report to Dennis Rodman. Now remember, Dennis Rodman, he is on probation for last year's DUI arrest, and if he's convicted of this case, he could face jail time for sure. But on TMZ, as of earlier today, TMZ Sports, that is, he simply said that he was asking he was asking that, what happened in there. He said that the employees were the ones that they can take what they want, that is, take whatever piece of clothing you can. And basically he says that we didn't steal ish. But really, come on. Really. It was a clothing heist is what it was. So there may be an arrest warrant awaiting for Dennis Rodman, and there could be some repercussions ahead of him. So you never know how this is going to play out, though. So whatever happens in there, well, it could be over for him. We never know. We never know. So I never know how it's going to play out, though. But there's going to be repercussions ahead of him. So I'll tell you that. But it won't sit with anyone else. I'll tell you that right now. So he could be in trouble right there. Another time I want to get down to is also fired assistant football coach of Ohio State, that is, who was accused of domestic assault and who was released of domestic assault, that is, Zach Smith is in a lot more trouble because he has, however, he is in a lot more trouble, but he got arrested, that is, with officials at a Scioto Ridge Elementary School, which is in Ohio, that is. He showed up at the Scioto Ridge Elementary to pick up his kids because of a civil protection order with his ex-wife Courtney Smith, that is, who was at the school. Zach Smith wasn't even allowed there. So Zach Smith, he got to an argument he was arrested, that is, for getting to an argument with the principal and getting to an argument with officials. He was also arrested for violating the protection order for sure. So basically, Zach Smith was yelling at the principal. He became irate, that is. That led to his arrest. Now, he was booked at 6:24 p.m., and he was not released. Now, if you guys remember, the fired assistant, Zach Smith, he was released for domestic abuse back in 2015 case, that is. That led to Urban Meyer being put on administrative leave, and that Urban Meyer would be reinstated, and that he would retire as football coach, Ohio State football coach, and that Courtney Smith, that is, who was the ex of the fired assistant, Zach Smith, that is, she filed a restraining order on the fired assistant, that is, because of domestic abuse. So basically, now that Zach Smith's in a lot more trouble of yelling at a principal and yelling at officials and violent protection, he was arrested for those for sure at Scioto Ridge Elementary. Now, the Delaware County Sheriff's Office, they did arrest him for sure. So he was booked at 6:24 p.m. That is, wasn't even released. So basically, I do think something's gotta get. This piece of trash has gotta go. So this is ridiculous, you know. But that's all sort of sends back to the domestic abuse from 2015. That is, and he got arrested. He got arrested for domestic abuse, arrested for a DUI, and you know, it's just ridiculous, you know. This piece of trash should just dissolve. He should get jail time for the rest of his life. And obviously, where that's all going right now, he should stay in jail forever. He violated a protection order. He yelled at officials and yelled at the principal, get into an argument with the officials, trying to pick up his kids, even though he was supposed to be there, but he just bends the rules too much. So he's no more. So there you have right there. That piece of trash, Zach Smith, arrested again for yelling at officials at a Scioto Ridge Elementary School in Ohio, Delaware County Sheriff's Office. So he's no more. He's absolutely just no more. And he's a piece of trash. That's what he is right there. That's what he is. Now moving on to another topic I want to get into. Albert Pujols. He earned his 2K RBI with a home run in third inning, making him the third player in MLB history to tie up with to go into the ranks of A-Rod and Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron got 2,297 yards, and A-Rod got 2,296, 206 yards, 2,096 yards. So here's regrets to Albert Pujols for this historic milestone. Third player in MLB history with 2K RBIs with the home run in third inning. So congrats to him. And a fan kept the ball, by the way. So what a huge milestone. That's congrats Albert Pujols on that historic milestone. Congrats on that. So absolutely incredible, amazing, absolutely amazing. You did your part. So congrats on that. Now I want to move to another topic. That is, the I Promise School has earned a Dick's Sporting Goods Foundation $1 million check, that is for a new gym. So congrats to them. Amazing way to make kids all that feel safer and make them feel like themselves, feel like they want to do whatever they wanted. So congrats to that. So that's the best sports happening. Congrats to them, by the way. What a huge honor that is. What a huge honor that is. I'll tell you that. Now, moving on to another topic I want to address is also Neymar's been banned for 3 games for punching a fan and getting into it with them. That is, by the way. So Neymar, he's no more after his team just lost. So he's a little more in trouble right there. That's not looking good right there. So hopefully hopefully he just keeps himself in check and tries to avoid disaster for once. And at least just, learns his lesson. So he's got to keep it together because he's just not out of touch. I just hope for once that he just doesn't make the mistakes again and tries to avoid it. So just hoping he just lists expectation and tries to do what he's got to do. So, maybe recover from this for sure, say the very least, but he's going to need some help he's going to get. So that's all there is to it. Well, ladies and gents, that's going to do it right there for the Clue of the High Sports Report. Make sure you always subscribe to the Clue of the High Sports Report YouTube channel, Facebook page by any means necessary. Please be sure you send me your comments, your tweets, your reactions, your thoughts on Durantula's mild castrate, having him miss the playoffs, and basically you know, gonna be reevaluating next week's. Send me your wishes. Send me your comments, your tweets, your reactions, your thoughts about on it as well. Be sure to send me your comments, your tweets, your reactions, your thoughts of, well, basically, Zach Smith's arrest once again, yelling at officials at a Scioto Ridge Elementary School, and repercussions he's going to face. Let me know what you think of Neymar getting a 3-match ban for getting into it with the fan that punched the fan. Albert Pujols getting his 2K RBI in the 3rd inning. Let me know in the comment section some of your comments, tweets, your reactions, your thoughts on that as well. Let me know what you think of it, by the way. And let me know what you also think of, let's see, the I Promise School getting a Dick Sporting Goods Foundation 1 mil check for a new gym. Let me know in the comment section. Some of your tweets, your comments on that. Tell me what you think of Dennis Rodman being accused of a clothing heist. That is at the Vibes clothing store. Let me know what you think of repercussions he's going to face, if any, that is. Send me your comments, your tweets, your responses on that. I'll be able to have to address it. So that's all you need to know right now. So I'm Khalil Brathwaite coming to you live from the Khalil Apple Sports Report YouTube channel Facebook page. Khalil Apple Sports Report YouTube channel Facebook page, something that you need to know. So that's all there is to it. But I'm back more breaking news, trending topics, development storylines, a whole lot more in the Khalil Apple Sports Report. And let me know what you think of Kyrie Irving missing on the playoffs, being eliminated from the playoffs, and tell me if you think the Warriors are gonna get a loss tonight. That is, and Sunday night as well. Let me know about that. Your comments, your tweets, your reactions, your thoughts on that as well. I'm more than happy to address it. So nothing more to be said about it for now. So I got the Rockets winning it. Let me know what you think of. Let me know what you think of. You know. Basically, you think the Rockets are going to win the series? Let me know about that. Let me know if you think the Sixers are going to win this series. Everything they're going to face the Bucks. Let me know in the comment section your tweets, your extra thoughts on that as well. What you also think of the Blazers tying up to the Nuggets? Who tell me if they're going to win that game? By the way, let me know about that. Some of your comments, tweets, your extra thoughts on that as well. So, bet more on that. So, all you guys need to know. But I'm your host, Club Brathwaite. I'm your host, Club Brathwaite, host of Club Apple Sports Report YouTube channel, Facebook page. Please be sure also subscribe. By the way, by any means necessary. So. All you guys need to know right there. And I'm back more live breaking news, developing storylines, massive updates, and a whole lot more in the Khalil Apple Sports Report and some results, by the way. So that's all you guys need to know for now. And that's all you guys need to know. So that's all the info I have for today. So take care, you guys. You guys have a good evening. Bye-bye.